Hi and welcome back. I'm with Bobby from Ultimate Tax and Advisory, and we're talking about some of the mistakes we've made during the year, and I'm sure there's lots of business people out there going, yeah, me too. We're all in business, we all make mistakes, and sometimes we go, God, I made that last year. But I find one of the biggest things, and maybe for people who might have had a business a couple of times, or maybe they just new, but because they go, I'm an engineer, I'm a film producer, I know my craft. I don't need you to tell me how to run my business.
Yes.
But there's a difference between knowing your craft and running a business.
Definitely. A lot of, especially in the service industry, there's a lot of people that have done uni degrees. They've, potentially up to 10 years of study, and go, well, I'm a great doctor, I'm a great dentist, I'm a great accountant, I'm a great lawyer, or whatever. And I'm going to start my own business. But they haven't done not one bit of study on running a business or how to even set one up. No.
One thing I do find that everyone from the Richard Bransons, all the way down, all the guys that are doing really well, all have advisors.
Yes.
No, you offer that advisory service as part of you to coach and consult business owners to help them grow, that third party. But you have advisors.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's always handy to have someone who's done this before, who's either been in the same accounting game, which we do, people in the marketing game, which we do, and chat with them. All of anything you can think of in business, we have an advisor that would be able to help us out with that.
Yeah.
Because this is our first business. And the reason we're running so successfully is because we're asking questions to the right people.
I think that's the key. And when you're looking at, and you've got a great business coach, I know that you use a really good business coach now that helps you in lots and lots of areas here. And I guess because you're learning, that gives you a skill set to pass on to the other people learning. But what are some of the challenges when business owners come and you're offering that? Where do you find the resistance?
A lot of the resistance is exactly what we're talking about, ego.
Yeah.
They don't want to learn from somebody either that's younger than them. We get a lot of business owners that are 10, 20 years older than I am,
I'm in my 50s and I do film, and one of the people I use as a mentor, he's 17, guys. He's a genius. He's a boy genius. And I don't care how old he is. The guy's a genius. I just teach him what you know. Yeah. He's brilliant.
Exactly. Especially with new age technology that's coming about, either in the bookkeeping space or marketing space or whatever. It's the younger generation, which like myself, and I don't want to float my own boat, but like myself, that we're in tune with this. I know we're getting a lot of new clients from other accounting practices just because the business owners or their accountants, most of them are the business owner as well, they've lost touch with where the accounting and business direction is going. So there's new online cloud technology that some people are resisting. We actually had a meeting with a self-managed super fund software company on Tuesday.
Right.
And he was telling us, it was a breath of fresh air to come and see someone that's young and willing to go on board with this new software because it's a whole new revolutionary thing. He said the main resistance they're getting from other accounting firms, which they have 100 staff and multiple partners, but the partners are 50, 60 years old, and they're just, no. We're doing it our way. We're happy with that.
I'm smiling because I'm just thinking, even my generation, things like Bitcoin came out, and I went, it'll never last. And you just laugh. But in business, it's the same. In business, how many times, we go, I won't get that new technology. I won't do that because, that's just, no. We'll stick with the typewriter.
Yes.
It's just as good.
Exactly right.
This electronic and online, so this resistance comes from perhaps just keep doing it the old way. But unfortunately, in our era now, where we are, the old ways are just dying. We need other people. And do you find that there's resistance? They don't like people prying too much into their business, like this
I think so. That's my They don't say it, but I think that's generally the gist of it. The people that are coming to us with almost as a last resort, saying, "We've tried this, we've tried that, we've tried that. We're almost about to shut the doors. Please help us." And it's that point where, okay, I really wish you had have either used our, if they're already clients of ours, if they've used our advice
Yeah.
3-6 months ago, we wouldn't be in this mess. Or if they're new clients, then okay, let's try this avenue and see how we go. So it's unfortunately, it's the begging and pleading that comes as a last resort.
For someone they can go to different advisors, but in your instance, how do you work in the advisory capacity with people? So they've gone, they said, look, Bobby, last year was a bit of a shemams. Don't know how we survived, but maybe we do need some. What happens? What's the steps they actually go through with you?
Well, the steps is we first of all, as we've always said, have a coffee, have a catch up.
Yeah.
Complimentary. Let's just discuss your situation.
Yeah.
Then we go. Then I look at the steps. So, for example, last week I met with a new potential client, and I went to their business premises, and just as soon as I walked in there, I already had about 5 or 6, 7 things that without even talking to them, without ever meeting them officially,
Yes.
I could see that they could better, in just the storefront, that they would be able to generate more customers or try you this way. We
Wow.
look at your look at the numbers,
Yep.
just to actually see how they've actually gone,
Mhm.
be it in the last 3-6 months. A lot of people aren't comfortable with giving their numbers out.
I was
but
going to
think
say, they
it-
get a bit shy, don't they? They're kind of going, oh, I don't think I'm doing that well, and that's a bit embarrassing. But hey, we're all in business, so we've kind of all been there.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Same thing again, pop your ego aside. Don't be embarrassed if we're going to work together. You're going to lay everything out on the table, because
Yeah.
that's the only way you're going to be able to grow.
Mm.
Then it's forward steps. Then what do we need to adjust? Do we need to adjust your marketing strategies? Do we need to adjust some suppliers that you've got? Are they costing you too much? How are you at the front of house? Are you too top heavy in your team?
Yeah.
Can you do with 1 or 2 less staff, or can you put a few more hats on your own head on?
Yeah.
So, or do you need to take some off?
Because I know a lot of startups, and we were a startup as well. And when we do, we kind of go, okay, I've got to do everything because I haven't got any money to pay anyone else, so I do everything. But it does come to that stage where doing everything is stopping that growth.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
From us, we've increased our team now. That's reduced our weekly, hourly
Yeah.
in the business time from upwards to 100 to a standard 40, 50 hour week. So it's halved. Employing someone
Wow.
has halved our in the business time, and it's really allowing us to focus on growing our business, which is, it's better for us mentally, better for us. What's the word? On the bottom line,
Yeah.
so the numbers are working a lot better, even though we've hired someone else. So you think, or a lot of people think, hiring staff, oh, that's too hard, that costs money. It's
Yep.
more, what can they bring to the table?
And for a business owner, and obviously, and I'm thinking of startups now, I'm going to put myself in the boat because this is where we've come through now. And I'm talking to you and I'm going, okay, how do you as an accountant assess? Because, we've put a lot of trust in, say, when should I employ somebody? What are you looking at there? Is it a mixture between profits and time and hours and lost potential? What are you looking for?
All of the above.
All of the above. I knew it was going to be.
You can't look at just one aspect of it,
Right.
because if you look at a cost factor, then okay, for example, for us hiring a senior accountant, that'd be $80,000 to $100,000. Well, that's going to be how can I generate $80,000 to $100,000 just to put them on the table?
Yeah.
Well, what experience do they bring to the table? That's another thing. And what will that allow me to do? So that will allow me to step away from the core, working behind the computer screen. Will I by hiring someone to do all the work that I do behind the desk?
Yes.
Will that allow me $100,000 to $200,000 to $300,000 generating new clients just by having the free 20, 30 hours a week of not doing that? That's something that we look at our own business. So how I'd look at it with someone else is exactly that.
That's what I like about it, because you actually do this in your own business. I think that's the thing. You're actually walking the other people's footsteps anyway, because you're doing it yourself. We're going to take a quick break, and we're back with a bit of a wrap up from Bobby, how we can learn from the mistakes that we've made and go have a better year next year.